Sorry. So now here is the chapter morphology. That's the fourth chapter of your syllabus, right? For this term, that is December exams. So in morphology, already we know that there are certain topics which have been deleted by the CBSE from this chapter. That is, all the vegetative parts have been deleted. You need not to study now the root system, the shoot system, as well as the leaf system. ठीक है, तो आपको ये तीनों parts अब नहीं पढ़ने हैं along with their modifications and everything. These are not there in your CBSE from this chapter. No doubt we have completed it initially before the deletions, है ना? So you know all the information that it is there in your mind for the viva view of like questions जो आते हैं हमारे को, या फिर in case in future you get any question from this, the knowledge is there in your mind. But for your these exams, this is not there in your syllabus. Okay. So here this chapter that starts from the topic of flower. That starts from the flowers. That is the inflorescence also can be included because the inflorescence is the arrangement of the flower over the stem. So that is the inflorescence. Inflorescence of two types we have already studied. What were the two types of the inflorescences? Yes?
Racemose and cymose.
Racemose and cymose. What is inflorescence first of all? That is the arrangement of the flower over the stem. How the flowers are being arranged over the stem. So accordingly, these are of two types. That is the racemose inflorescence and the second is cymose inflorescence. So what is racemose inflorescence? Yes, first of all, what is racemose inflorescence? It is the one in which the terminal bud does not stops its growth. ठीक है? That is, मतलब terminal bud जो है वो grow करते हैं.
Main axis continues to grow.
As there is a growth of the stem, the main point is also increasing, right? And the lateral buds are also being produced. Lateral buds, like in the form of the leaf or in the form of the flower, also they are being produced. But the terminal end is also continuing its, you can say length, है ना? तो ये continuation में चलते रहता है. Now, supposing there is a lateral growth outside this type, ऐसा यहाँ पे outgrowth आ गया फिर से, and again the lateral bud these are formed, but this does not stop the this one you can say the terminal tip. जो टिप है इसकी वो नहीं इसमें कवर अप होती, टिप जो है वो नहीं इसमें खत्म होगी. ठीक है, तो दैट इज दिस इज द रेसमोस कंडीशन. ओके, टिप कंटिन्यूस, टिप जो है वो कंटिन्यू रहती है अपनी ग्रोथ में. दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल इट एज रेस. रेस से आप इसको टर्म को याद रख सकते हो. रेस मींस इट इज गोइंग ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन. ठीक है, the main terminal tip that stops just once, that is after completing its mature phase, जितना उसका phase है, जितना उसका length है, वो सारा complete करने के बाद it can just terminate with the presence of a floral bud or with the presence of the vegetative bud. Okay, then comes the cymose. Here it is different. Cymose में क्या रहता है? There is first the growth of the main stem. The main stem first terminates. This terminates forming a flower, a floral bud. Okay. Then the lateral outgrowth that starts its growth. अब ये lateral outgrowth अपनी growth जो है वो show करेगी. ठीक है, अब lateral outgrowth जो है वहाँ पे इसमें supposing ये bud आ गया या leaf आ गया या जो भी आ गया, जब इनकी growth बंद होगी, lateral branch की growth बंद हो जाएगी, terminate हो जाएगी यानी stop हो जाएगी, then only it will grow into the next branches. मतलब उसकी आगे further जो branches हैं वो बन पाएंगी like this. ठीक है, so they will also terminate and further the branches will be formed. So this is the main stem that first terminates, then lateral buds becomes activated. Okay, but here the lateral are also activated and the terminal is also activated, and they keep on growing and growing until it reaches its mature phase. So these are the two inflorescences, racemose and cymose. Then coming to the flower and its parts, different terms we have used. What are the different terms for the flower? First is complete and incomplete flowers. What do you understand by the complete and incomplete flowers? Complete and incomplete.
Incomplete flowers जिसमें चारों balls.
हाँ जी.
Incomplete जिसमें चारों balls present होती हैं.
हाँ, चारों balls present होते हैं, yes. और incomplete जिसमें कोई भी एक missing होगा. ठीक है, चारों balls कौन-कौन से होते हैं? All
Yes.
4 balls are present, then it is complete.
Androecium, gynoecium, calyx.
Androecium, gynoecium. Start from one side, either outside to inside or inside to outside. That is gynoecium, androecium, petals and sepals. ठीक है, all 4 balls are present, then we call it as complete. And if any is missing, then we see it. We call this as incomplete. Okay. Then the second term, we have used for the flowers are the symmetries, that is actinomorphic or zygomorphic. Hanji bache, tell me what is this term that is actinomorphic and zygomorphic?
Actinomorphic, that plant can be divided into two planes in any radial plane.
Actinomorphic means that is a bilateral symmetry in animals as we have seen, है ना? And no, sorry, actinomorphic is the radial symmetry and the zygomorphic is the bilateral symmetry. Actinomorphic radial means that is as you cut it from any side, it always gives you the mirror image. Okay? It is cut with from any side, it is providing with any oblique cut you are providing, it always provides a mirror image. Okay? So that is, it is radial in the symmetry. We use the radial term for the animals, but actinomorphic for the flowers, for the plants, right? For flowers especially. And zygomorphic is, it is bilateral. ठीक है? तो bilateral symbol इस तरह से होता है. इसमें जो actinomorphic का जो हम लोग floral symbol डालते हैं, that is for writing the floral formula. It is like just a circle with a plus sign in between, like this. Okay? And zygomorphic is with only a plus sign in which the this vertical line, that is long, a long one. Okay, so that is the symbols used for the floral formula. What is the floral formula? Yes, what is the floral formula? You have any idea what is the floral formula? It is a symbolic representation. It is the symbolic representation of the whorls of the flower, that which provides all the conditions also, like they are their number as well as their arrangements to some extent, है? As we have seen that the androecium that is sometimes joined with the petals के साथ जुड़ा होता है. कई बार androecium is joined with the tepals, ठीक है? Epiphyllous and epitepalous condition जो है वो आ सकती हैं, या epicephalous condition, epipetalous condition जो है वो आ सकती हैं. So for that particular thing, there is a floral formula that which represents in a symbolic manner. Symbolic, that is only using the symbols. It is not written in the words form. It is only using the symbols. This is the representation of all the whorls of the flower. Okay. So the second term we use is for the symmetry, that is actinomorphic and zygomorphic. Thirdly, we use the term that is the plant is a bisexual plant flower, or it has a unisexual flowers. Okay, so the plant can be bisexual or unisexual. The flower can be bisexual or unisexual. What do you understand by bisexual and unisexual now? Bisexual means when there are both androecium and gynoecium found in the same flower. Androecium and gynoecium, that is the male reproducing part as well as the female reproducing part. So androecium and gynoecium, these are both present in the same flower, then we call it as a bisexual flower. And what is unisexual then? Unisexual means either of these will be present. Either it will be a male flower or it will be a female flower. Petals and sepals are there, but from these two parts, it is either androecium or gynoecium. Androecium या gynoecium में से कोई एक present होगा. It will lead to the formation of either a female flower or a male flower. So accordingly, these have been termed bisexual and unisexual. There are other terms also used for bisexual and unisexual. What is the other term used for bisexual? Yes. What's the other term used for bisexual? Okay, I give you the hint.
Monoecious.
दोबारा बोलो. Is it monoecious or dioecious?
Monoecious.
It is monoecious. That is monoecious. I told you the two terms are otherwise contrasting ones. Here it is bi, here it is mono, है ना? तो ये contrast में use हो रही हैं, but यहाँ पे ये bisexual इसलिए बोलते हैं. You can get to have this question: why any plant, like let's say China rose, that is I discussed. Why China rose is called as a bisexual flower? है ना. यहाँ why China rose is called as a monoecious flower. तो कैसे बोलेंगे आप इसको? It is known as a bisexual flower because both the sexes, that is the male and the female gamete producing organs, are present, are found in the same flower. That is, it is both the sexes, that is both the androecium as well as the gynoecium. तो both में bi term आप cover कर रहे हो, ठीक है. So that is bisexual flower. Why it is called as monoecious? Because it is one flower carrying both the gamete producing organs. ठीक है. मोनो टर्म है वन फ्लावर से, बाई टर्म है दो रिप्रोड्यूसिंग ऑर्गन से. ठीक है. तो आपने ये टर्म को इस तरह से एक्सप्लेन करना है. Similarly, the unisexuals, they are also called as the dioecious flowers. These are termed as the dioecious flowers. Why? For example, Lupha cylindrica, that is a botanical name of the Ghiatori. So Lupha cylindrica is a dioecious flower. Why? तो if you don't know any of the plant, let's say आपको लूफा ही नहीं पता था कि कौन सा प्लांट है और आपने देखा भी नहीं है, you know the term that is dioecious, है ना. तो dioecious का मतलब क्या होता है? That is there are two flowers. Monoecious, a single flower carrying both the male producing organs. There in dioecious there are two flowers carrying the male and the female reproductive parts but separately. ठीक है. So that is dioecious. Okay. So this is bisexual and unisexual, also called as monoecious and dioecious. What are the other terms we have used for the flowers? Yes. Any other terms we have used? There is also for this, we have used the terms like that of the calyx, corolla, that is the whorls of the flowers, है ना, complete or incomplete में आते. The terms we use for the whorl of the sepals, that is called as calyx. For the whorl of the petals, it is called as corolla. For the whorl of petals. Then the next is for the whorl of the stamens. That is a collective name for all the stamens. We call it as androecium. And for the pistil or the carpel, we call it as gynoecium. Okay, gynoecium or androecium for male. So these are the terms we have used. Also, we have studied the different of the conditions from this particular parts also. Like for sepals, petals, it is all common. For sepals, the number, the count, that gives you the count, that is whether they are pentasepalous, they are tetrasepalous. नाम से आपको पता चलेगा how many sepals are present in it, right? So using the term that is penta, like with the sepalous condition, we say it is pentasepalous. Means it has in the calyx whorl, in the whole whorl of the calyx, there are 5 sepals, pentasepalous. Okay? But what if they are fused and free? There are 2 conditions, that is either they will be all fused or they will be all free. So what term is used for the sepals when they are free?
Polysepalous.
Polysepalous. And when they are fused?
Gamosepalous.
Gamosepalous, right? It is gamosepalous. These conditions will still be there, right? These conditions will still be there for your questions, because what is there in your this chapter, that is the whole of the flower. Whole flower means including all the 3 families also, their floral formula, their floral diagram, everything. Okay, so from the topic of flower from this chapter, after this till the last सारा आएगा, fruits, seeds, सब कुछ, ठीक है. Then is the corolla. Same terms are used for the corolla and the petals also. That is, if they are fused, it is called as gamopetalous. If it is free, it is called as polypetalous. है ना? Similarly, the numbers are also denoted as same. That is pentapetalous or it is tetrapetalous. है ना? So that is pentamerous flowers अगर होंगे तो उसमें सारे 5 या multiple of 5 होते हैं. तो ये हम terms flower को depict करने के लिए, flower को describe करने के लिए बोलते हैं. The flower is a tetramerous flower or it is a trimerous flower, depending upon the number. Why it is trimerous? If it is trimerous, let's say we are writing trimerous, ठीक है? तो trimerous flower है, तो means the whorls, all the whorls, complete flower में all the whorls complete हो या incomplete हो, ठीक है? All the whorls, they will be either 3 in number, their units will be either 3 or the multiple of 3. ठीक है, 3 multiple. तो यहाँ तो वो 3 होंगी, यहाँ वो multiple of 3 होंगी. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन एलियम सेपा, आप लोगों ने लिलिएसी फैमिली पढ़ी है लास्ट में, तो देयर इज एलियम सेपा अनियन, इन दैट देयर आर 6 tepals which are present, है ना? तो 3 arranged in one whorl, that is 3 in one circle and 3 on the other level, that is in another circle. representing petal and sepal, but they can't be distinguished because of their color and size. So that is why they are called as the tepals. Okay. And what is the whorl of the tepals called? As we have written the whorl of here. What is the whorl of the tepals called?
Perianth.
Yes. You know? No. It is perianth. The whorl of tepals is called as perianth. Okay. So trimerous condition, tetramerous, pentamerous, that will be concerned. If it is pentamerous, then sepals will be penta, petals will be penta, like that. Okay. Even stamen count will be 5 or multiple of 5. Even the pistil count will be also 5 or multiple of 5. For example, China rose, the very common example, that is of the hibiscus China rose. तो उसमें all the parts they are pentamerous. अगर आप उसमें उसके स्टिग्मास देखेंगे, there will be 5. पेंटाफिड ऐसे होता है जो बिल्कुल स्टेमिनल ट्यूब के ना बाहर निकलते हैं, तो 5 इस तरह से हेड्स आपको नजर आएंगे ऊपर. तो दैट इज आल्सो द 5 ऑफ द stamens, 5 of the pistils, they were fused together and we could see the 5 of the stigmas at the top. ठीक है, तो वो फ्यूज अंदर हो गए हैं. उसके अंदर जो ओवरी होगी उसकी भी क्रॉस सेक्शन अगर आप देखोगे तो दैट विल बी आल्सो पेंटालोक्यूलर. ठीक है, तो वो पेंटालोक्यूलर होएगी. तो लोक्यूलर टर्म कब हम यूज करते हैं? दैट इज व्हेन वी आर यूजिंग द लोक्यूल्स ऑफ द ओवरी. ओवरी के अंदर का क्रॉस सेक्शन की जब हम बात करेंगे तो उसके अंदर जो लोक्यूल्स, उसके अंदर के जो कंपार्टमेंट्स बन जाते हैं, वी कॉल देम एज द लोक्यूलर कंडीशन. ठीक है, तो दैट इज पेंटालोक्यूलर. So this was about first the simplest whorls, that is the calyx and the corolla. Coming to the androecium, that is the stamens. The stamens, they can be also of the different kind of the numbers, अलग-अलग numbers, अलग-अलग arrangements में हो सकते हैं. One thing which is left from here, calyx and corolla की जो अपने whorl में arrangement होती है, that is sepals की arrangement to produce this whorl of calyx, or the arrangement of the petals producing the whorl of corolla. What is that arrangement called as? Before this androecium?
Estivation.
Yes, this is estivation. Estivation, already we have studied the estivation also. How many kinds of estivations we have studied?
4.
4 kinds. What are those?
Velvet, twisted,
Imbricate,
imbricate और फिर axillary.
axillary. Yes, 4 kinds of estivation. Otherwise, fifth also I have told you, I think in the previous lectures. You can see your notes. It's quinquential. ठीक है, मैंने वो शायद आपको करवाई होगी. Quinquential, fifth estivation. Otherwise, in your NCERT, it's only 4 of the estivations are given. So, what is the valvate? First of all, the valvate kind of the estivation. What is valvate estivation? Yes. What is valvate estivation?
मैम जिसके अंदर वॉल्स एक मैम वॉल्स एक दूसरे को ओवरलैप नहीं करती, जिनमें
नहीं करते ओवरलैप. दैट इज दीज आर ऑल अरेंज्ड एंड टू एंड विदाउट ओवरलैपिंग. है ना, वी कैन से लाइक दिस, द यूनिट्स ऑफ अ whorl, the whorl is calyx or a corolla, the units of the whorl, they are present end to end. हम लोग पेंटा टर्म की बना रहे हैं, दैट इज फॉर pentamerous flowers. ठीक है, तो देयर आर 5 sepals, लेट्स से, एंड ऑल द 5 sepals they are present end to end without overlapping. है ना, तो दिस इज द वन which we call it as valvate. When there is the overlapping also, we call it as twisted. Overlapping takes place and the overlapping is all in one direction. ठीक है, random आपने नहीं करनी overlapping, it is all in one direction. That is, for each unit you will write also, that is for each unit one end becomes outer and one end becomes inner with respect to the subsequent जो भी आपके आसपास के units हैं उस whorl के. ठीक है, so accordingly they will be twisted. So twisting means that is the end-to-end representation in such a manner that one unit becomes the one end of the unit becomes outer and then another unit becomes, another end of that unit becomes inner. ठीक है, one is outer, one is inner, and so it becomes twisted, right? Then there is imbricate. The third one is imbricate. What is that? Imbricate. Yes. What is the imbricate estivation?
मैम
मैम इसमें ओवरलैपिंग, हाँ मैम एक ही पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में नहीं होती ओवरलैपिंग.
पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में नहीं होती तो कैसी होती है?
मैम मतलब कि वहां से मतलब क्या कहूँ,
in imbricate there is the arrangement in such a manner that there are 3 of the units which are twisted, that is with one end that is towards the outer side, one end towards the inner side, twisted wala arrangement for the 3 units. And for the 2, there is one completely outer and one completely inner one. ठीक है, तो 5 यूनिट्स आपने इस तरीके से अरेंज करनी है इसमें, that is one becomes completely inner, one becomes completely outer, and the other 3 they are all overlapped. ठीक है, how it is done, just a rough sketch of this we can make. So this is one inner, completely inner, and one completely outer. So this is, if this is inner, so this will be the overlapped. ठीक है, तो एक हमने complete outer बनाना था, तो ये हमारा outer आ गया. So this is one overlapped. Now make others also overlapped. इसको outer ही रखना है, तो इसमें से अंदर से हमें बनाना पड़ेगा. So like this. आ गया, है ना? So here you can see this is also in a twisted manner. This is also in a twisted manner. Don't touch them. These are not to be fused. If the fusion takes place, then we produce an extra covering. ठीक है, extra projection बनाते हैं to show the fusion also. So this is overlapped. This is also overlapped. This is also overlapped. This one is completely inner and this one is completely outer. ठीक है, so this is an arrangement. Imbricate is an arrangement in which there are 3 units which are showing the overlapping, and rest 2, one is completely inside and one is completely outside. Quinquential में इसका थोड़ा सा change होता है. Quinquential जो होती है उसमें एक overlap आता है, 2 completely inner, 2 completely outer. So that is a separate thing. तो imbricate से थोड़ा सा अलग है, इसीलिए उनको भी हम लिखते हैं. If you can write, you can write it. And the last one is the vexillary. Your time is also over, so we'll be doing this vexillary as well as the next topics tomorrow, right? So you can join the another class. Okay. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow regarding these topics. Okay, we are left with the doubts. You can ask me tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.